first of the last 2 games, the first time since 1954 that the Americans have held opponents below that mark in back-to-back World Cup games.
Starting lineup too for Brazil.
There we go. The accumulation and the travel before the Czech game seemed to affect the vintage stars of Brazil. 1 day to recover, and now they're up against the present and the future stars of the NBA. Will it be experience or exuberance that prevails here in Shenzhen? Here's Huertas to float one from the foul line, lands the first blow for Brazil.
They started a little younger. They got Gigi, only played a handful of minutes the other night, but he gets the start. That's number 24 for Brazil.
Mitchell across to the far side to Barnes. Around the perimeter it goes to Harris. Harris had it knocked away, able to recover. Mitchell, nice footwork off the window.
Found an opening where there didn't appear to be one. Just glided his way through. One of the all-time elite athletes in this tournament. He is just, when he gets around the rim, he can explode.
Marcelino Huertas, 36 years of age. Only 2 players in the history of the World Cup have had more assists than him. He's looking to score all the points initially. Big offensive rebound for Licio. Here's Alex, the 39-year-old. Caboclo on the outside. Into the lane, switches to the right hand and scores.
Really nice move. Going in there and going away from the basket, but just a little push shot, knocked it down. Good start by Brazil.
There's Mitchell, had a look at the basket, kicked it back out. 3-point shot for Harrison. Barnes will go, and the USA have their first lead.
Wide open.
Shooting 29% from downtown before today.
And that'll give him a lot of confidence. Wide open on that play. Help coming, and you suspect that's Brazil's strategy. Just make him beat you from the perimeter.
Huertas working with Felicio, but he's greeted mid-air by Turner. And here come the USA. Harris. Quick pull-up 3-pointer. Walker couldn't hit.
Staying wide open. Defensive transition looking a little ragged there. Getting back on D.
Garcia, who did play 2 games in the NBA under Coach Popovich. With the Spurs back in 2004, Marcelino Huertas again putting up a shot. Rebound for Turner. Here's Harris looking to take it under the hoop. And got the contact. Will the basket count? No.
No, they wave it off. Probably, if we're in an NBA game, that might have counted. Here we see it, although they have tightened it up a little bit. There's the foul, he picks it up, so that's the correct call. Still on the dribble. And Harris begging for the 2, but doesn't get the call.
Joe Harris, the reigning NBA 3-point contest champion. Led the league in 3-point accuracy last season. Mitchell fizzes one out to this near side. It was a really good catch from Barnes to reel it back in, and then a foul.
One of the highlights of this USA team is although they're not shooting it all that well, on the offensive end, first time in a long time I've seen a USA team that willing to make the extra pass. Really sharing it around, and that's the influence of Greg Popovich. That's the trademark of his San Antonio Spurs teams. That ball distribution, man and ball movement. And we've seen glimpses of it here for the USA team.
Turner hits the mid-ranger off the inbound pass from Mitchell. The USA have very quickly found their flow. Felicio onto Caboclo. You'll find Marcelino Huertas. Here's the youngster, Gigi Lusada, just 20 years of age. Takes the 3-point shot, can't get it to go. Turner another rebound. Leading the USA in that department, turned over by Walker, into the hands of Huertas. Huertas looking to kick it, no look to the corner to Gigi, back out Caboclo. USA back in defensive shape. Marcelino Huertas onto Caboclo. Got it back again. Felicio running interference on the perimeter. Bounce pass into Felicio, but he couldn't handle.
They're the plays they've got to come up with. Huertas doing a good job.
Kemba Walker locked and loaded. Wasn't going to miss 2 in a row.
And there's the penalty down the other end. You got a little gimme. Felicio misses it, and how quickly the United States can punish any little slip up.
Caboclo. Pass deflected up against the window off the hand of Barnes, and the USA looking to punish again off the turnover. Kemba Walker back out. Miles Turner. Walker again moves it on. Joe Harris, nobody better than shooting the outside shot than him, but he misses this one.
Good find. Brazil looked really on the back foot on the defensive end, and credit the USA ball movement, swing it around, finding the open man.
Marcelino Huertas will take on the triple this time, and he halves the deficit.
He hasn't shot it all that well, and you can understand why they choose to make him prove that he can hit it. That time they go underneath the screen, and he takes advantage of it, knocks it down.
Turner with the pirouette into the paint, beats Felicio as two NBAers go head-to-head. Huertas to Caboclo. Caboclo from the outside, he misses. The USA up by 5, looking to stretch the advantage. Walker. Oh, wonderful pass in towards Turner, and he just powered his way to the basket.
Yeah, they got lost. Their rules broke down. Hard to tell what they were trying to do on the on-ball screen there. Looked like there was going to be a show, but if there's not an aggressive show, the roller is going to be open, and no pressure on the ball made the pass really easy. Kemba Walker just pretty good. See here, he's in that pocket. Defense fires over the top, but there's no pressure. Help comes too late. And Turner does what he's supposed to do around the basket.
Anderson Varejão in for Brazil. A man who spent so much time, of course, in the NBA. Marcelino Huertas, the basket won't count.
How aggressive has Huertas been to start this game. He's really looking for his shot and make things happen. He's down on a couple of assists as well. A lot of the action going through him. There you see Harris trying to go underneath the screen. And Huertas makes them pay.
Here he is again, looking to work with Varejão on the perimeter. Fired in. Alex moving down the baseline. Up against Mitchell. And he'll go to the line for 2.
Gee whiz, how nuggety and strong. Particularly tall, but down low. Just able to use his strength and find a way to the basket. Barbosa seeing his first action. Gigi got the start, but really wasn't involved too much. You can see you're only 189 centimetres tall. By Jingo's, by crikey, you wouldn't want to meet him in a dark alley if you owed him a couple. He looks like he's a powerful unit.
And to still be playing at this level at the age of 39, it tells you a lot about his character and his quality.
And his desire, his commitment to want to keep going. It's not easy putting your body through season after season, and that just represents a great love of the game and good fortune to stay pretty healthy.
White then picked up by Brown. Jaylen Brown looking to turn to face the basket. Backs in then against Caboclo. Spinning one way and then the other. Off the window, wouldn't go for him. Didn't get his angles right. And Alex comes up with the ball. Looking to move it quickly as well. He's still got some moves. Approaching his 40th birthday.
And used his body well. A little spin move. Here he comes down. Puts Smart in the spin cycle. And gets rewarded with another trip to the free throw line. You certainly wouldn't call this free throw shooting technique by Alex fundamental, but can be effective. Little conniption like halfway through the shot. So youngsters look away, but it works for him.
A 9-time Brazilian All-Star, former league MVP. This is the second one, but Varejão gets the offensive rebound. Alex. Into Varejão, far side, here he goes to work, and then lost it. Still going to be Brazil ball as he looked to attack Marcus Smart.
Harris checks out, Middleton comes in.
Alex Garcia's just going to pull the trigger on a 3 this time. The line was good, but it was just a bit too long. Jaylen Brown across to Derek White. Looking for Turner. Is that a turnover? Brazil adamant that it was.
Coach Petrovic, he's going to get a tech. Tried to give him a warning, And he wasn't prepared to accept the warning, so he pretty quick trigger on the technical foul. Middleton goes to the free throw line to shoot one.
Coach Petrovic there, who had 3 spells as head coach of his nation, Croatia. Won bronze at Eurobasket in 1995, took them to Rio 2016, also a Euro Cup Coach of the Year with Cedevita back in 2011. A few more experience than him.
Did an outstanding job with the Croatian team at the Rio Olympics.
Middleton to take the tech.
This will do Middleton a bit of confidence as well, because he has not been shooting the ball that well. He's an elite shooter, but only 39% from the field and 31% from the three-point line. So good to see the ball go in the rim early for him.
Here he goes, taking one straight away, missing it though. Off the inbound pass. They'll try and save it. Hurdling the ropes on this near side was smart. What a hustle play, but it's still Brazil possession. It tells you a lot about the Americans' will to win. Look at this.
Ooh. Great hustle.
Huertas. Brazil are going to have to match that hustle. And then some. Leandro Barbosa. Barbosa going away from Smart, throwing it back to Varejão. Varejão trying to get the better inside of Lopez. He's still got the footwork at the age of 36. Smart onto White on the near side, gets it back from Middleton. Lopez did well to create some room, but it comes back to him wide open for 3, misses it. Middleton, what an offensive rebound that is, and Brazil are going to try and wrestle the ball off him.
Coach Popovic really upset at that last defensive position. As soon as he saw it and saw the points go in, immediately wanted a timeout just to rectify a few things. Because of this move here, Lopez bites on the little fake, not there for the crossover. Good move by Varejão.
The veteran still got it. Brazil is still in it. They're down by just 3, 15-12 at the timeout. Look at some of the moves early on here. The USA up by 3 after 6.5 minutes. They really set the tone early, but Brazil have come back strong.
They certainly have, and that's always going to have a chance. If you feel like you can contain your opponent offensively, and sometimes it's self-inflicted wounds by the United States, but you always feel like you're in the game. And that hasn't been the case in the past with some of the USA teams that we've seen that have just been offensive juggernauts. Rio, they averaged 101, in 2014 105, and in 2012 116. So that's been the last 3 incarnations of this USA team. Prolific at the offensive end. This team not so much.
There's Smart looking to take on Alex Garcia, who stuck with him all the way, but Smart with the soft touch around the rim. USA by 5, his first score. Marcelino Huertas trying to get away from White. Barbosa's going to release the 3. Again, a good line, but too much on it. Middleton. Bounce pass, the cut right down the main street by Derek White.
Yeah, credit the pass. Middleton threaded the needle, and it got there. Good ball movement, and off the ball, White with that cut. Very nice.
Huertas will float and hit again. Got his geometry spot on as he went off the window. Marcelino Huertas starting really well. 7 points for him. Middleton to Lopez. Looking to volley his way to the basket here. Here's Brown. Got rid of the defense. Couldn't get the drop though. Huertas. Varejão creates room for him to operate and receives it back. Floats it too long. Huertas caught it on the way down.
they've called a foul on the rebound, and it's going to be on Middleton. There it is there. Not a lot in it, but I guess it didn't take a lot to force Huertas out of the court, so the officials forced to call that one.
USA's fourth foul of the quarter. Oh, a free shot off the inbound. You've got to take those opportunities. Varejao battling away on the boards, puts it in. Brazil closing the gap again. And that was after Caboclo missed one that perhaps he should have hit. White looking to dance with the defense to Smart. Lopez creating some room and stepping in and hitting the shot was Marcus Smart.
Yeah, it looked like their defensive principles was to take away the middle, and the help was going to be on the baseline. Smart just was able to get to his spot to the free throw line and knock down a mid-range jump shot.
Huertas to Varejao, the two 36-year-olds combining on the perimeter. Huertas is going to go high off the window, comes back out to Benic. Can he float it in? No! Lopez with the rebound. Final minute of the first, and Huertas will take the foul as White went past him.
We saw the other night against the Greek team with Giannis Antetokounmpo that the United States played 85% of the game with the small ball lineup. Lopez and Plumlee didn't see too much action, and yet to see it so far against Brazil. So horses for courses, and Coach Popovich feeling that better off with the bigs in this one so far. I'm sure at some stage we will see their small ball lineup because it has been very successful throughout the tournament.
Here's Lopez. Hands it off to Middleton. Lopez then setting the screen. Middleton on to Smart, swung around to Walker, who's just come back in. Smart to take the deep three, falls short. Varejao, can he get the rebound? Caboclo helps him out. Hafalu's in for Marcelino Huertas at the point for Brazil for the first time. Oh, nice pass inside. Leandro Barbosa moving to the basket. An old Golden State connection.
That's right, and veterans, and just get that chemistry. That's one of those passes. Just good understanding between two veteran players.
Middleton got Barbosa up in the air, missed the shot. Hafalu's. Barbosa running the floor, but Hafalu's clings onto it and he'll play in the half court. Barbosa. Around the high screen of Varejao. Those two are going to go to work again. Barbosa misses this one. Middleton the rebound. They've got to put it up. I'm not sure it would have been in time for Kemba Walker, and that will do it for a fascinating first. Coach Popovich's team have the lead, but only by...
That app that we've been talking about, last chance that we'll get to talk about it, and other than to encourage everyone to download the app. Great way to keep up to date with all the goings-on at the World Cup.
Here we go, start of the second quarter. The USA up by 3, Brazil with the ball. Would have absolutely taken this position, I'm sure, from the start. It's given them a bit of confidence, perhaps. USA asking for a turnover, instead there's a foul.
It is, and I think it's on Middleton again. So a couple of quick ones for him. That's his second personal foul.
Barbosa going around the body of Varejao, those two looking to run the show for Brazil. Hafalu's back out, wide open look for Caboclo for 3, would have tied the game.
Wide open look, but USA, I'm sure, content to make him prove that he can make one before they'll close out too hard on Caboclo.
Jaylen Brown, far side, short for him. Rebound secured by Benic. Another opportunity to tie or to get within 1 for Brazil. Barbosa working behind the sizable frame of Varejao. Benic with the deep 3, batted away by Caboclo, and another 14 on the shot clock.
And another offensive rebound.
And there goes Barbosa. Still the Brazilian blur at the age of 36. Walker Walker stops and pops from the elbow and knocks it down. He's been so good at this tournament.
He's really automatic when he gets into that mid-range. As we've constantly said, in the NBA, the analytics have a look at the pass again.
Benich, almost off his shins, back to Caboclo on the perimeter. Still plenty of time in the shot clock. Benich, Varejao creating the room again. He takes on the drifting three and ties it up for Brazil. They have matched the USA over nearly 12 minutes. Walker to Turner. Turner, open spot on the floor. How about those angles?
Yeah, it's one of those tough ones to use the backboard or not. That time he went with the backboard, a la Tim Duncan style, and knocks it down.
Varejao. Barbosa on the backdoor cut in behind, and still going to be Brazil ball.
Just left his feet, got caught in the air. Lucky to get away with that one.
The USA are through to the quarterfinals. We should stress that. But if Brazil win this, they need to win it, Brazil, to go through themselves, and that would see Brazil first in the group, USA second. Faluz getting away from two, firing the cross-court pass all the way to Marquinhos far side. It looked flat all the way.
It did. Marquinhos has just come into the game. Very first touch in the first 4 seconds, and he sprays up a three. Usually you like to just get a feel of things.
At the same time, though, over the first 4 games, 8 of 18
yes,
downtown.
That's true, but sometimes you'll just need a few, get your blood pumping and get acclimatised to the game.
Turner, way off him, under pressure. Joe Harris coming back in. Jaylen Brown to the bench. There's Marquinhos again, another veteran, 35 years of age. Barbosa off to Faluz. Varejao. Varejao! The runway opens up for him, but he was greeted at takeoff by Turner.
That was a great play by Turner. Because Varejao aggressively going. Looked like he was going for the dunk. He saw the laneway, and there you see Turner coming from nowhere. Hint of a foul, and Varejao, that's what he's complaining about. Coming in from the side, and I think he's got grounds for complaint.
Oh, look at this.
Petrovic is trying to get his money's worth. And he's been asked to be removed based on what's going on. So second technical foul on the coach, and he's done.
And his players having to almost escort him away to this near side of the court. Not happy at all with the call, Alexander Petrovic, or the no call. And he's gone only 13 minutes into this game that Brazil have to win.
He needs to be careful because he's got to leave the building, and they're not going to start, so he could cause some more problems if he doesn't leave the facility. And that's where you can understand his frustration at that last one, because it did look like Varejao, there was some contacts there, but because he'd spent a real cheap technical foul early on, the combination of the two says, see you later, and that makes the challenge even more difficult, losing your head coach.
It is ferocious and fiery here on the final day of competition in Shenzhen at the FIBA Basketball World Cup. The USA leading by 3 after 13 minutes. Mitchell fires it into Turner, who puts it in.
You almost sense the fans feeling a bit of sympathy for the Brazilian team and seeing the coach get ejected.
Marquinhos to Barbosa. Here's Faluz. He's going to take the shot himself. Long two with a hand in his face from Turner. Got it.
Wide open on that mid-range, similar to what we saw with Walker.
Donovan Mitchell looking to attack. Bounce pass to Turner. Here's Harris across to the far side. Mitchell will take the 3 instead. Turner bats it across to Walker, who's fouled by Barbosa.
Yeah, this can go either way. When you see your coach just get tossed from the game and show his emotion, it can go either way. It can dig an even bigger hole, or it can generate and spark some emotion that lifts you to greater heights. It'll be interesting the next 3 or 4 minutes to see which one of those scenarios plays out.
Kemba Walker creates a better room against Marquinhos and drains the shot over the top of him.
It's hard with that because most coaches these days are going to live with those contested mid-ranges, but Kemba Walker is so good at the mid-range that questions your strategy.
Barbosa, how about that move? Wouldn't go down though. Barbosa himself down to the deck. And they're short-handed on defense and they'll take the foul, Brazil.
Benich there, just stopping the play. He camouflaged what he was trying to do well, and he did have his feet in front, so no unsportsmanlike on that one.
The USA by 5, 4 minutes into the second quarter, and an offensive foul called against Donovan Mitchell.
From where we were sort of looking, it could have gone either way. There you see him come together, and it's that reaction, the twirl and the forearm to the back of the head was the one that caught him out.
Jason Tatum just a fan today. He's injured for the 3rd game running.
Ankle injury.
Here's Benich. That was only the US's 2nd turnover. Varejao has got the size advantage here as he backs in. He'll take it on himself. The push shot will fall. Varejao closing the gap to 3.
Well, this is that small lineup we were talking about with the United States, with 4 guards and Barnes on the floor, and that will open things up when you can knock down threes.
How about that from Joe Harris, who's 8 of 14 in the competition from downtown. Shot 47.4% in the NBA last season. And Brazil turned it over.
And you can attribute his unbelievable numbers at both the NBA level and here is that very rarely does he take a bad shot. Prepared to pass it on, and most of his three-point attempts aren't rushed. He's steady, feet are set, knocks it down. And as such, when you're an elite scorer like he, shooter like he is, the percentages will usually work in your favour.
This one is just in the favour of the US, but not by much. Midway point of the second quarter. Smart to the foul line, back across to the far side. Harris quickly closed down by Benich. On to the left hand, floated by Smart. Varejao was there.
And that's the challenge when you've got Varejao and Marquinhos on at the same time. They're going to have to guard the littles a lot.
Luz around Varejao. Luz looking back for the big man, but pass disrupted. Varejao picking up the pieces and then a foul.
Just needed to throw it up and he would have go to the line. Instead it would be on the pass. And it's underneath out of bounds. The reach in comes. Just needed to keep going at the rim, but instead dumps it off.
Luz to inbound from the baseline then. Deep to Barbosa. Luz for Varejao. Varejao turning away from the defense. No-look pass as well was pinpoint, and the 3 will go for Benich. Beautiful from Brazil.
Varejao doing his Magic Johnson impersonation with the one-hand hook pass. Finds his man in the corner.
Harris, not that time, nor the tip. Marquinhos. Brazil hot on the heels of the USA. Marquinhos trying to find Varejao. As the defensive Smart that made the difference. There goes Derek White in transition. Harris, offensive foul.
Wow. Luz. Just like a string puppet having his strings cut. Flops to the floor and gets the reward.
Benich. Luz. Brazil only down by 3. Just under 4 minutes to play in the first half. Varejao's high screen. Out comes Benich. Passing lane disrupted. Recovered in the backcourt. Shot clock down to 7. Benich will pull the trigger on another three, and he got it! Another Benich blow to the chin of the champions. Brazil level with the USA. Barnes taking on Varejão. He misses it in close proximity, but he'll go to the line as he grabbed the rebound and got fouled.
And this is the strategy. Varejão trying to guard Barnes. That'd be familiar, playing with each other for a period of time at the Warriors. And down the other end, Benich lighting it up from deep. Nothing but cotton. And he came on against the Czech Republic as well and lit it up. Had 4 threes in that one.
And you know, he was only 4 of 19 in the whole of the first round from the field.
But that's earned himself some more playing time. He's moved up the pecking order, seeing some early minutes, and again rewarding the coaching staff for the decision. 9 points, 3 of 4 from the three-point line.
And listen to this crowd now. They're right behind Brazil as the USA go up by 1. Back in comes Donovan Mitchell. Just under 3.5 to play in the first half. White to the bench. Can Brazil take the lead here before the halftime interval? Hafalu's. Felicio coming out. Here's Benich, who's got the hot hand right now. And he's trying to get away inside this time, but he did the hard part and then missed the layup. And then a foul on Marquinhos.
Tremendous use of the little hesitation. He's knocked down the 3 ball, so they close him out a little harder. And oh, Marquinhos with the foul. Gee whiz, maybe I'm reading a different rule book, but based on what I've seen, when you're coming from the sideline, you're in the transition. It's not my understanding that how that's interpreted, but no unsportsmanlike being called. Not sure you call that a fundamentally sound defensive position.
It's the regular foul for Marquinhos, his first. Both teams have 4 in this second quarter. Walker. Walker bounced past the cut down the lane, but he lost it, Harrison Barnes. And Brazil another chance to take the lead. Hafalu's turns it over. Sloppy play from Brazil. Barnes back to Walker. Walker bursting away from Marquinhos, just steadies the American ship.
Now with all these shooters on the floor, you can see how wide open the floor was. It was a 5-out offense, and straight away, penetration to the basket and really no help.
Hafalu's around the high screen of Felicio. Marquinhos, far side. Felicio comes out to set the screen again. Marquinhos finds him on the entry pass. Felicio rejected by Smart, who came across. And here goes Harris skipping through the defense to score. The USA looking to turn it up a notch before the end of the half. A timeout called by Brazil. The USA have gone up by 5, 2 minutes and change remaining in the second quarter.
Felicio needs to do better. He's in the traffic. Needs to gather himself. Little head fake, something, but just throws it up into the wall. And with that missed shot, you see the wave of players of the United States. They outlet it, and with the 5 littles out on the floor, pass it down there, easy 2.
Vamos fazer assim. Tá, Marquinhos? Você vai abrir. Vai cruzar aqui o 2, o Marquinhos abre para passar direto, sem bloqueio. Tá? Aí, bloqueio aqui. Bloqueio aqui. Bloqueio aqui. Marquinhos vai abrir. Passa a bola pro Marquinhos. Olha aqui, agora é pra você. Pra você agora.
And tough when you've got a new, your head coach has been thrown. There's that play, great play. How's the elevation and the view we get from Smart, and straight away pushes it down to Harris. Easy too. But Varejão was giving Brazil really good service, and I think he just ran out of gas and they subbed him out. But certainly the last couple of minutes have looked a lot different with him on the sidelines. He was causing some real problems for the United States down the other end of the floor.
A big job to manage the minutes of the veterans. There's plenty of them in the Brazilian ranks. Here's Felicio. Marquinhos made the move under the hoop, and Felicio's pass was straight into the body of an American.
It hasn't been a good couple of minutes for Felicio, and I know he's a high-credentialed player, but playing for your life here, and just sense that you need to get Varejão out on the floor.
Felicio averaged 12.5 minutes per game in the NBA with the Bulls last season. It's been a big part of what Brazil have done here in China. 7.8 points, 6.5 rebounds, 3.5 offensive rebounds in 18 minutes.
Oh, he's a quality player. There's no denying that. Just tempo of the game and context of the game. We see what's happening.
Walker. Here's Harris looking to take it straight at Brazil. He turns it over into the hands of Marcelino Huertas, who releases Barbosa, who tried to go behind the back towards Felicio.
He caught it on the fly. It was a tough one for Barbosa to handle. And he thought he had someone on the wing. I'm pretty sure he saw Felicio and just tried to get it out there, but Felicio came to the ball rather than staying wide.
The turnovers racking up for Brazil over the last couple of minutes. Walker fires it to the corner. Brown for three. Got it. The USA creating a bit of breathing room. Now up by 8. Final minute of the first half approaching. Here's Benic. Marcelino Huertas. Back to Benic, who steps in for the long range two this time, and he is red hot.
My word, he is playing with supreme confidence. And good call by Brazil to go to him.
It's 11 first half points, 4 of 7 from the field, including a couple from downtown. Harris, and then Walker. Walker against Barbosa. Back out, three-point shot for the US, not this time. Brazil looking to battle for the rebound and the loose ball. It's going to be their possession. A foul as Benic hit the deck. 28.5 seconds remaining in the half. Brazil only down by 6. If you'd have offered them this before the game, they'd have probably taken it.
My word. And you throw in the fact that a couple of tech fouls on the coach, and he's been ejected from the game. As we suspected, it could have gone either way, but I think through the checks and balances, you say it's been a good result, good reaction from Brazil.
I think the clock carried on running.
It did.
Well, the USA are at the foul limit for the quarter, so Brazil are going to go to the foul line.
So it's 28.5. Okay, 20. So can you go back to some? Okay, go. So 28.5, and we got, sorry, just to confirm the shooter. Okay, number 8. Confirm. All right, thank you. So 28.5 seconds on the shot, on the game clock, please.
28.5 seconds remaining in this first half. Brazil have a chance with Benic at the line to close the gap to 4 points. First foul on Jaylen Brown. Benic just about gets it off the front rim. 12 points, 4 of 7 from the field. Hits his first foul shot. And add one more to his tally. 13 in the first half. Only averaged 6.8 coming into this game. Timeout with 28.5 seconds remaining. The USA up by 4.
Not sure what the rules are in the tournament. We haven't had the chance to hear Coach Popovich all that often. Just been fortunate enough to hear every other coach that's been in the competition. So
Brazil smiling at the moment because potentially they have the US right where they want them. Shake of the head from Kemba. Varejao has rolled back the years on a few occasions. It's going to be nail-biting, edge-of-the-seat stuff, especially if you're a Brazilian fan and they keep it this close.
that's right. It's been, like you say, a half of basketball that if you had to ask them before the start of the game would they sign off on it, I think they would have. And that's saying something because very rarely would you sign off on a half-time deficit. But they understand they're not going to blow the United States out of the water. If they're going to get this win, it's going to be by a very narrow margin. So keep the scores as close as you possibly can and then make it the shortest game possible. So you want to make it a 5-minute game and hopefully you catch fire, respond better in the last 5 minutes. But so far, they're going according to what I think their plan would have been.
And if it is this close late on, it'll be nail-biting stuff for Czech Republic as well.
Yes, indeedy.
They lost to Greece earlier, but they know if the USA win this one, then they're in the quarterfinals. The USA will use every second they possibly can, around a 4.5-second differential. Here's Smart, now look to quicken the pace, and he got there and got the reverse, 8.6 remaining.
Great little hammer play. They ran the hammer screen on the weak side, trying to get Joe Harris in the corner for the 3. But when there's no help defense, you see on the left side of your screen, that was for him. The play was designed for him. But of course, when you got Smart, who goes flying by Gigi, Smart makes the easy layup. Great play. Regular part of the San Antonio Spurs playbook. And the youngster, only 20 years of age, is Gigi. Early 2nd round draft pick in this year's draft. He's taking his talents to the Sydney Kings. He'll be playing in the NBL next season in Australia.
Whether you understand the language or not, you can always hear pick and pop.
Exactly. And they don't have a lot of time to spare here. Get it down straight into an on-ball action. Pick and pop, pretty simple stuff. You usually find in these circumstances they'll switch, or you do what USA seem to be doing, and looks like they're setting up in a zone. Well, they show zone anyway.
6 to shoot. Marcelino Huertas. Around Caboclo, hands it off. Benich will heave it up, and he got fouled on the 3-point shot. Such was the concern from the USA for his perimeter shooting ability.
That's right. A little bit of a brain freeze by Joe Harris. The handoff's there, and he's just laid on it, and the little reaching just cost him. And that's going to send a Benich to the line for 3.
Gets the first. A man who was a Brazilian League MVP and 3-time All-Star and champion before moving to Europe in 2015. He plays with Burgos in Spain now. This is the second, having been 3 of 3 from the line tonight before that one. Brazil fans in their house and on the edge of their seats. He gets 2 of them. So 4 points is the gap, 2.3 to play in the second quarter. The USA have to work quickly. Smart will heave it up. And he's called for a travel. There's still 1.3 left on the clock.
He's claiming he got pushed, but it's going to give Brazil yet another crack at it.
57-game win streak in non-exhibition games for the USA is creaking a little bit. Brazil building confidence and belief.
Bring in Lopez just to guard the ball, make it hard to the cross-court pass.
Huertas looking for somebody, and the Americans there to block the inbound passing lane, and that will do it for a quite wonderful World Cup half. The USA up by...
They don't have much of a chance if they don't.
May require a few more against Greg Popovich's Team USA. We'll have to wait and see. Anderson Varejao has played big. Some of the ex-NBA stars against some from the present. And a big Golden State connection. Varejao and Barbosa, key parts of that successful Golden State team. And of course, Steve Kerr, the coach, is on the US coaching staff here. Harrison Barnes, a part of the Golden State team that won in 2015 as well. Brazil down by 4 here with the ball. Huertas got rejected by Kemba Walker, the smallest player on the US roster. And here's Turner switching and scoring.
Great transition basketball again by the United States. And a nasty fall by Caboclo. Looks in a fair degree of pain with his knee.
He's hunched over on the far side there. Huertas trapped by Walker. And Varejao down is fouled by Turner.
Just in that attempt to get back, Caboclo. Hopefully it was just one of those little stingers. And there we see Huertas. That was the opening play of the game. They went back to the same play with not the success they had to start the game.
Middleton deep inbound pass to Alex Garcia. Varejao the high screen. Garcia back to Varejao from the foul line. Got the defense up in the air and floats it.
He's having a tremendous game. His stats don't always tell the story, but he's got 8 points.
4 of 5 from the field now. Donovan Mitchell. Faced by Varejao, across to Barnes, and it goes to Turner. Turner to shoot over the top of the small Alex, but can't hit. Marcelino. Chance for Brazil to close the gap here, and drifting towards the baseline, but missing was Huertas. Mitchell will take the quick 3, misses into the hands of Benich.
2 outstanding looks. Turner down low against one of the smaller players, Alex.
Caboclo to test out that leg, passes back out to Varejao, who's going to shoot the 3 this time. Wouldn't go, and Benich then running into Mitchell.
Bit of a blood rush by Varejao that time. That's not his go. Just wanted to test the arm. But yeah, down the other end, Turner with a wide open little bunny shot against Alex. Misses it, and Walker wide open from the top of the key. So the shooting woes continue for the United States.
Mitchell onto Barnes, onto Walker. Walker trying to get away from Marcelino Huertas, and he'll go to the line for 2. He's been in near unstoppable form at this tournament. Kemba Walker, team highs of 14.3 points, 6.3 assists, just 1 turnover on average per game.
It is, and in those moments that they've had where the game's been on the line, he has not been afraid of the moment. Prepared to step up, take the big shot. Real leadership qualities by Kemba Walker. And he has missed a free throw. But he's an absolute superstar. 26 and 6 on the season in an NBA season. So he can score with the absolute very best of them.
The second falls, and the USA are up by 5. Caboclo seems to be moving okay. Benich. Fake the handoff to Marcelino, then gives it to Marcelino Huertas, who edges his way into the paint, faced by the sizable Turner. Back out, Caboclo wide open for 3, won't go down for him. He's had that open look a couple of times, and perhaps it's by design, Walker to try and show him how it's done. There's a whistle.
Garcia, I think it was, on the rebound. But again, we saw the strategy down the other end of the floor. Barnes guarding Caboclo, which comes right off his man to help out on the roll-off pass. They kick it out for the wide-open three, and just got to make that.
He's 0 of 3 from the outside now. Will the USA turn it over? Alex Garcia getting down. And now Marcelino Huertas with Varejao for company. How about the long arms of Spider, Donovan Mitchell? Harris. Defense up in the air, and then Caboclo hitting Barnes on the way down.
Huertas, the cardinal sin, it's what you learn when you're first starting playing basketball. When you're coming down on a 2-on-1, you keep going until the defense stops you. The defense stopped him, stayed in the middle of man's land, and tried a late pass at the end, and with the turnover, and down the other end, foul sends Barnes to the free throw line.
And these are the very fine margins in such a tight game against such a quality opponent. Brazil's 10th turnover. And the USA at the line to try and stretch their lead, and they do, to 7. Huertas. Guarded by Kemba. Lovely pass to Benic. Good look for 3. It's automatic with him.
It is. They don't trail him. Walker there tried to fight over the top of the down screen. That created the separation. He only needs a step, and he's knocking it down.
Kemba into the lane. And floats it up and got it to bounce. The shooter's roll. 4 of 4 on the inside. USA up by 6. 6.5 to play in the third. Varejao looking to go to work perhaps on Turner here. Looking back out to the perimeter. Steps in inside. Turner got a piece of it, and it's knocked out as far as Donovan Mitchell. Waiting for the cavalry to arrive, and Brazil won't allow it to because they commit the foul. And they're at the limit already. We've only played just over 3.5 minutes of the quarter.
Varejao thought he got fouled on that low post dribble. Down the other end, Huertas just using all his experience. Absolutely no misunderstanding of his intent there, was just to try and stop the play. But it sent Mitchell to the line to shoot a couple. Mitchell, a 81% free throw shooter on the NBA season.
A place on the all-rookie first team 2 seasons ago in the NBA, and winner of the slam dunk contest in 2018 as well. He's a star right now. He's a future superstar for sure. Benic. Varejao. Marcelino Huertas. Around Varejao, looking for options. Caboclo's going to take another 3. 0 of 4.
Comes a point in the game where you've got to put the cue in the rack and say, well, this is not working. Look at other options.
Mitchell looking to attack Varejao. Would it go? Turner's tip. And Varejao comes down with it. Alex Garcia going to work on Harris. Bullish play towards the basket. And he got the hot shot running through the paint.
That is just bully ball. Alex down low, just using his size, stays low to the ground and comes away with a very nice play.
Here's White towards the stripe. Turner to try and answer back, and does so calm and composed at mid-range.
And that's too easy. Varejao needs to close out at that distance, put some pressure on that shot.
How about this? Caboclo going off on the alley-oop pass from Varejao. And Brazil looking to put the streak to the sword.
And that's more like it. Get him inside in the on-ball screen, and Varejao with an outstanding pass. See Turner there, not enough pressure on the ball, and relatively simple catch and stuff for Caboclo. And they just sticking around, hanging around, giving themselves a chance.
Midway point of the third quarter, Brazil back within 6. Here's White. Out to this near side. Brown back out to White. White full of aggression. This is the shot. And they're short-handed momentarily on defense as he tries to recover. Alex. Benich. Benich against Middleton. Around the screen of Varejao. Shot clock to the final 10 seconds. Back to Hafalouz. USA digging their heels in on defense. Brazil can't budge them, and here come the USA looking to do something special. And White just puts it in and makes sure. The USA not in the mood to take any chances with the spectacular because Brazil are breathing down their necks. Alex Garcia again looking to bundle his way to the basket. Benich will float one in the lane, wouldn't fall for him. Batted back into the hands of Harris. And here comes Jaylen Brown. Harris across to the near side. Middleton will drive down the baseline, had it knocked away, but it's still American ball.
You really get the sense that the United States have said, well, now this is our moment, this is our chance. They're cranking it up on the defensive end. And Brazil getting bogged down, a lot of dribbling. Here this time it was Benich, and good hands by Brown. Comes in, and the nice dish-off pass. Like you said, White just going up, gently laying it in.
Middleton just turns, the defense backs off, and he makes them pay. Chris Middleton stretching the US lead to double digits for the first time, 59-48, and it will force the timeout from Brazil.
Yeah, alarm bells are ringing for Brazil. Fatigue starting to kick in. The enthusiasm and the intensity of the defense of USA cranks up another level. And as such, struggling to score. Only shooting at 43% for the Brazilian team and looked very stagnant the last couple of times, relying more on the dribble penetration rather than the ball and man movement. There you see the rebounding count pretty even. The assist to the United States, that would be an encouraging one. But have a look at the points off turnovers. 15-5, yet further evidence of the defense of the United States.
12 turnovers for Brazil, many of them punished.
The United States have held their opponents to 36% field goal shooting percentages, so they're on track reducing the percentages of Brazil as this game rolls on. And that's a good number. If you can hold teams to only 36%, you're going to keep them to a fairly modest score.
Brazil only shooting 43% from the field here, and that falling here in the third quarter. The USA winning the quarter 16-9 so far. Marquinhos. Hafalouz. Brazil down by 11, largest deficit. Barbosa had it knocked away. It will still be Brazil ball with Marcus Smart all over him.
Only 6 seconds remaining. Again, another example. Up and in, ball pressure. Look, getting those deflections, making it hard for Brazil to distribute the ball.
Barbosa. He created the open look at the buzzer, but Marquinhos was way off to the side. Middleton. Taking on Alex Garcia. Still US ball. Marquinhos missing both of his three-point attempts here, having been 8 of 18 over the first 4 games. Well, he's gone down holding his face, Marquinhos. Has to pick himself back up. White. White step to the side, three-point shot. Big rebound for Lopez. Oh, and he got greeted midair by Hafalouz.
The jump ball. And possession arrow going the way of the United States.
With a 7-foot, 2 meters 13 center, greeted by the 185, 6'1" point guard. How about that from Hafalouz?
He got a little ride up as well, I think. Got on top of the ball, and Lopez tries to take him up with him. Great job by Luz.
Middleton. Brazil are going to have to battle like that for each and every point on each and every possession as they try and force the turnover. Middleton moves it on. Shot clock winding down to the final few seconds here. Middleton hotly contested, misses it. Varejao the rebound, and Luz to the loose ball. Marquinhos hands it off to Barbosa. Again, he and Varejão looking to work. This time takes on the 3 off the crossover dribble. Middleton looking for Brown, perhaps, clings onto it. Varejão slipped down in the paint. Barbosa grabs the ball. In full flow, looking to attack. Pirouette in the paint from Leandro Barbosa. Rolling past the US defense and rolling back the years.
Certainly was, and might have even been unlucky not to get the foul. Check out Lopez coming from behind. Gives him a little whack, but happy to take the 2 and just hang in there. It's a really tall mountain to climb, but it's only 9 points.
Look what the score means on the Brazilian bench. Timeout call by the US, who are up by 9.
You see some of the stats. The field goal percentage has been dropping off for Brazil, and just wear you down. There's so much athleticism on the side of the United States. And when they put that small line up and they start to extend it out, pressure the ball, it makes it pretty tough.
2 minutes and 12 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter. And Coach Greg Popovich and his team are in a real challenge here. With 12 minutes to play, Brazil making sure they keep themselves in the game, battling despite the US's best efforts to put this one to bed. Brazilian and American fans in the house here in Shenzhen. Walker. Smart. Out to Brown, into Lopez, up against Varejão. Wants to take him on edge of the paint, trying to turn to face the basket. Will shoot over the top with a hand in his face. Rebound Marquinhos.
Little zone defense by Brazil on that possession.
Barbosa goes behind the back, trying to shake off the attentions of Brown. Barbosa will shoot again, and he got fouled in the act and hit hard. 2 Brazilians down on the deck. They really are fighting for their country here, as we see the reaction of the Brazilian fans in Shenzhen as well.
Here's the drive, and it's the quick pull-up. Brown coming from behind is a quick pull-up, and there's just the contact with the arm. Tried to get in front of it, and Barbosa, using all his experience just to make sure that as he went by, held the arm out to get that contact, and he'll go to the line and shoot a couple.
Barbosa looking to reduce the arrears to 7. Has really stepped up in this 3rd quarter. 10.3 points per game over 14 years and 969 NBA games. Now back in Brazil with Minas. They need each and every one they can get as he misses the first. Or rather hits them. 7 the differential. Middleton. Brown. Brown stuck to by Luz, back out. Middleton locked and loaded, misses. Offensive rebound though for Jaylen Brown.
Wow.
Turner puts it in, no call as Varejão looks around for some help from the officials.
Hint of an offensive foul. Maybe the flop by Luz, that's how it's interpreted by the officials.
Barbosa to Varejão, up against Turner. Backing in, far side of the paint. Here's Marquinhos towards the foul line, creates a bit of room and nails it. Back to 7.
And this zone, so far, proving effective.
Turner running interference and attacking is Middleton, who got hit mid-air as he got it to drop off the window.
Just as I say that, a little breakdown. Trying to run this match-up zone. They started to double fist, I think is the indication to go to their zone. And that time the penetration brought them undone. Nice lead, but not a real overly comfortable lead that the United States are holding.
And they've got them at arm's length, haven't they? And Brazil are trying to swing, but can't quite hit. Not just yet, anyway. 10 points the lead for the US. Half a lose. May have had some contact from Walker there and then did get hit from behind.
Well, in the other game, where the United States will definitely play one of the two between France and Australia, it looks like Australia have got up and will win that pool as I try to contain myself. And France, you know, 100-98.
Oh, Barbosa, will it count? No. As he throws his arms up in disappointment. Leandro Barbosa. Circus shot from him.
There's the foul. Ooh, depends on when they say the foul was, but it looked like the eye test said that that should have counted. But it just, from when they interpret that the contact was made, there was a little push at the end. But if there was something earlier, that's what the only explanation can provide as to why it wouldn't be an N1.
Only the US's fourth foul of the quarter as well, so just the inbound for Brazil. Varejão back to lose. Final seconds of the third. Peniche back to lose again. Varejão, 5 to shoot. Twisting, turning, twisting back, and then again trying to tie the defense in knots.
He's turning back the clock.
And at the buzzer it will go, falling down to the deck. Half American, half amazing. Marcus Smart.
Yep, got it out. It was out of his hands before the red lights come on. And that is the sort of boost that the United States have been looking for going into this three-quarter time break.
What about that from Marcus Smart? Just to release the pressure valve. Because Brazil had battled back. They will check it just to make sure, but it's away. You can see there with 0.1 still on the clock. The ball is out of his hands. The basket will count, and the USA lead by 11. It'll be at the end of 3, 67 to 56. East coast of China. For Brazil, it has to be a quarter that they will never, ever forget. They need to win this to go to the quarterfinals. They're down by 11. Varejão up against Brown. Varejão. Oh, again the moves from Varejão. Schooling the defense.
It is, and as the United States go back to their small lineup, Varejão is in that type of mood and confidence down low. Keep going to him. If they collapse, knock down the three.
Brown looking to answer right back.
Well, there's
on the way up for the dunk, but he just made sure.
That's right, and there's the counter to say, well, okay, you might get us down this end of the floor, but you're going to have to guard someone that can put it to the floor. That is Varejão down the other end. So a real game of chess between the two coaches.
Barbosa trying to battle past the screen of Varejão, who's down on the deck. Barbosa got it, but an offensive foul. The basket won't count. Instead, it's a turnover.
It is. Walker was there a long, long time. A little bit of confusion up the top. You saw Walker there. He was set.
Taking one for the team.
The fans don't like it. But from where I'm standing, he was set. Now, he did come across the side of the body, but he was there in time, and the contact was still made. So, from that angle, to me, looked like a good call.
Certainly seems to be that the neutrals are behind Brazil right now. They need all the help they can get. Down by 11, ball in the hands of the USA. Harris. Listen to the noise from this Shenzhen crowd. And looking to shut them down here with the pretty move through the paint goes Harrison Barnes.
I tell you, the Czech Republic aren't cheering too loud for Brazil.
Yeah, they're not neutral.
No.
Not in this situation. If the USA win, the Czechs are in the quarterfinals. Barbosa looking to drive the baseline. Knocked away. Assistant coach on the far side asking for a foul. So too Barbosa, who's still down, only just picking himself up. But Harrison Barnes goes to the heavens. And the USA are rubbing salt in Brazil's wounds.
And I don't like this. I don't like the way in which Brazil are remonstrating with the officials. Now is not the time. Keep your focus, keep your head in the game, or else this is going to get away from them if it hasn't already. 15 points, the margin, 8 minutes and 22 seconds remaining. A lot of work to do, and trying to point the finger and blame the refs. This is not the time for that. You might have a legitimate gripe, but move on as quick as you can.
Brazil have a lot of support here in this arena, even if she didn't. Eight minutes and change remaining. Here in the fourth quarter, Brazil down by 15 in a game they have to win. It seems as though the Americans have weathered the Brazilian storm. Barbosa. Going to work through the legs, behind the back, all the moves. The floater, Leandro Barbosa turning back the clock. What a performance in the second half from him.
Oh, my word, he did it off the dribble, through the legs, used all the party tricks and created a good shot for himself.
Harris, Mitchell.
The zone defense by Brazil.
Harris for three, got it, and then beats the Shenzhen Air with a clenched fist, as to the American fans.
And that's the gamble you take with that zone. Swing the ball from side to side, a little skip pass, brings them undone. Harris knocks it down.
Varejão, skipping through a gap, hook shot. How about the performance of the Brazilian veterans, looking to show the current NBA as they've still got it. The run-up all the way, right down Main Street. Box office from Brown.
That is just inexcusable confusion. Barbosa was still in the zone. The others had matched up. No one on Barnes.
Lose for three. Rebounds long into the hands of Harrison Barnes. $16 points, the differential now. They're swinging around the perimeter to Kemba Walker. Far side up against Barbosa. Donovan Mitchell. Mitchell looking to go one-on-one. How about the dribble from Donovan?
That is good. You can't guard that one-on-one. Little shimmy, ball handling skills need to collapse and offer some sort of help, because he's going to beat most human beings in a one-on-one competition like that.
Such an elite scorer. Varejão. Misses this time. Donovan Mitchell the rebound. 23.8 points per game for the Utah Jazz in the NBA last season. Here goes Kemba Walker, who'll play with the Celtics in the new season after 8 years with the Hornets. And there's that big dunk from Jaylen Brown as the runway just opened up for him to take off.
Did it? Yeah, apologies. Before I thought it was Barnes, but Brown goes up and stuffs it in with some sort of authority. And you talk about Kemba Walker and this USA team. Just try and wrap your head around this. Next year, these 12 athletes on this team will make $171,296,106. It's a lot of loot.
So they're playing here for pride and passion and for their country. Kemba Walker for 3, and the USA lighting it up now.
And if they get this going and figure it out from the perimeter, start to get hot, they are going to be very hard to beat.
And it's 21 now. And surely mission improbable has become mission impossible for Brazil. Barbosa off the window. Caboclo with the putback. Still drawing the oohs and ahs from this crowd, despite the hefty deficit now. Harris turns it over to Marquinhos. Alex. Marquinhos threatened the 3. The long 2 wouldn't go, out of bounds, still Brazil ball.
Brazil have got nothing to lose here, so quick offense, early on balls, 3 balls, and just hope you get hot. But no time to really execute and get through too many half-court sets.
Caboclo has really struggled from range.
It is, and it's about getting it to the right people early on in the offense.
The USA have got hot late on here, 16-8. They lead this quarter. 16 points in the first 5 minutes of the 4th. Donovan Mitchell over the top of Caboclo. Ricochets to Marcelino.
Why wouldn't you have Benich on the floor right now? You need 3 balls, and he's sitting on the sidelines. If he did need a quick spell, maybe that's the case. But right now, he's their best opportunity from the 3-point line. 4 or 5. Got the 18 points. And now it's all on the line. And he's sitting on the bench.
Marcelino Huertas, the only other player for Brazil to hit one. Huertas to inbound. Caboclo. Brazil down 19. And their hopes of the quarterfinal fading fast. Barbosa wouldn't go. Walker. Away from Turner from the foul line. It got blocked by Barbosa, who's running the floor. Marcelino thought twice about the pass, and Alex, instead of attacking, Turner the rebound.
He misses it. That's the right idea. Quick shots, quick possessions. You might as well go down losing by 40 and trying than just ease your way home on this one.
Harris able to get it back on the baseline and find Barnes. And it poked away. This time there is the long pass, and what a pinpoint pass it was from magical Marcelino. And he gets the appreciation from Barbosa.
Had to be absolutely perfect, and it was just over the outstretched arms, and Barbosa catches it in stride as well. Just 1, 2, up, as easy as you like. Well done, great pass.
Gap close to 17, timeout USA.
Well, it's all on the line now for Brazil. They might even need to look at extending the defense, trying to force some turnovers. They need more possessions and quick baskets. Just a glimmer of hope with the 17-point lead. And the support they're giving from their fans. A whole bunch of them coming all the way to China to see this one, and you need that. You need to generate the emotion and the passion from the fans as well in these moments to try and help give you a chance at a miracle.
The USA up by 17. Final 4 minutes. Derek White. Mitchell. Middleton. Donovan Mitchell greeted straight away by 2 Brazilians, and getting away is White. Lovely touch pass to the corner. The 3 away in time, but not on the mark. Brazil ball.
Foul on the attempted rebound. Brown running into the back of Alex.
Here's Alex. It came into the face of Mitchell off the lower part of the backboard. He's okay. Spider just to shake off the cobweb. Cortez to inbound to Marquinhos, takes the quick shot. That's what Brazil need right now, and he provides 2 quick points. 15 the gap, 3 minutes to play.
We talk about Brazil needing quick baskets. The United States don't, but when they're that easy and you can get little bunnies like that, zone defense that time, not sure that's the right time either for a zone. You need to get up and in and try and get some turnovers going the other way.
Jaylen Brown will just cling on to it and take that time away from Brazil. And the Americans happy to play in the half court. Donovan Mitchell. Oh, the no-look touch pass inside, the easy score for Jaylen Brown, and Brazil, their defense falling to pieces.
It is, and they're in a zone defense and extending it out the last 2 possessions wide open. They need to just get back to hard-nosed man-to-man, look to run some double teams, any on-balls, blitz it and try and get some turnovers.
Timeout call by Brazil.
Marcelinho, Vitor, Leandro, Marquinhos e Anderson. Temos que subir a defesa. Vamos subir a defesa. Tá? Marcelinho e Vitor, faz uma primeira linha. Tá? Anderson, aqui. Marquinhos e Leandro. Vamos tentar fazer um trap na lateral. Tentar fazer um trap. Vem todo mundo com a bola. Tá certo? Bora, passou o meio. Iguala. Individual. Tá? E sai agressivo no pique. Sai agressivo no pique agora. Tá? Ao lado contrário.
I don't know specifically what he's talking about, but judging by the drawings and the language of trapping, I think he's on the same page that we've been talking about, Tim. Just get out there and you're playing the man-to-man, and you know the United States are going to be using the ball. So looking for those run and jumps, the trapping situations to try and force turnovers.
Here's Benich, who's back on the floor now, having been deadly from deep previously in this game. Marcelino inside off the window, wouldn't go for him. And Donovan Mitchell the rebound. White. Oh, pass intercepted. He was looking for Barnes, who was making his move down the middle. Marcelino. Lovely quick thinking. Barbosa taking the hard fall, just picking himself up off the baseline. Mitchell. Not to this near side. Brown twisting and hanging, but not hitting. For Brazil, it's just about going down swinging now. Marcelino. Marquinhos will line up a 3. Mitchell the rebound.
There's going to be no hurry at all. They're going to use this entire 24, and by the look of things, Brazil have waved the white flag, and just going to play it out.
White. To Brown, who bursts towards the basket and easily blows by Varejao.
It's a shame that this lead's getting away from, because it has been a lot closer for 80% of this game than what the
Held
score,
on a 3 again.
yeah, than what the score's going to indicate. But Benic's back in it. And he's going to go to the line to shoot 3.
For the second time. 4 of 5 from downtown. He's drawn 4 fouls as well, Vitor Benic. But Brazil ultra competitive through the first 3 quarters. And you feel really that Marcus Smart buzzer-beating 3 at the end of the third is the one that was the real tide turner.
Yeah, you never know, but it didn't appear to be the energy-sapping one to say, well, gee, everything's going their way now. We can't turn a trick. We're not going to get a break. And I think in the last quarter, though, strategically, they'll look back at the tape at this one. I'm not sure they'll like exactly what they see.
The USA putting up one of their biggest offensive hauls of the tournament. At 89 points, a minute and change remaining. Barnes. Brown. Into the final minute. The USA set to go 5-0 through the first 2 rounds of the FIBA World Cup. Middleton onto the far side. 3-point shot for White at the end of the shot clock. Oh, and picked off here by Jaylen Brown. And he'll just take his time.
So, looks like it's going to be the United States taking on France and Australia taking on the Czech Republic in the quarterfinals. And the France-USA, that's going to be a beauty.
Lopez to shoot at 3. Absolutely. One more beauty of a pass from Marcelino. One more score for Barbosa, but we had the pleasure of seeing France 3 times on this court in the first round, and they were very impressive.
It's not going to be an easy assignment for the United States, that's for sure.
58 straight wins in non-exhibition games for the USA as they go 5-0 here in China, as Coach Popovich and his team look to become the first ever at the World Cup to win 3 consecutive golds. They beat Brazil 89-73. It is the end of the line, sadly, for the Brazilians.
Well, that's right. United States move on. They've, to me, keep getting better every game we see them. Tonight, the